Today we will continue our discussion of our project. So now, in the last video, we did this part of our activity. Now let's insert some button. So let's insert a play button. So to insert button, just go to the common uh, heading and then click button and drag it into your activity. So now we have a button. So what we can do is first you have to match its constraints. I told you have to do this for every element that you encounter. So let's do that real quick. So here, and I'm gonna match this with my header. Um, like this. Oh, I'm having a problem, I think. I need to drag it up first and like this. Now it's working. So now we have our button ready. So it's like a button which can be pressed or touched, whatever you prefer. So I can drag it anywhere. So let's keep it in the center. So here I can set the button ID. So let's give it a unique ID. Instead of button 2, let's call it a play button. So since we are creating the play button, let's call it play button. So right now our play button has been created. So now let's modify it a bit. So I'm gonna select my button. I'm gonna split. As you can see now, another button. Now a button text button block is created. So this is the whole block of the button. All code is there. So I can change the text to, let's change it to play. In buttons, the text is in uppercase by default. All caps, you can change it by setting right all caps to false. Text all caps. If you set it to false, now as you can see, it is now in lowercase. So we can modify this property, but for now, let's let it be in uppercase. So also let's increase the size of our text. Let's increase it to like 30 dB. Let's do that. So now it's looking kind of big, so I can expand my button, make it bigger. So now I have my button. So what more can we do? We can change the text color. We can change the background color also. Remember the text and the background very well. So here uh, black is my text color and white or gray is my background color. So first let's change the background. To change background of the button, we will use the background property, background, and I'm gonna change it to yellow. So the hex code of yellow is on this. So now as you can see, it is yellow. So now play button is created with yellow. Also what I can do, I can change the text color too. So I can change the text color. Similarly, here I'm gonna use the same property for text color. So let's we have many options. We can use a bundle of colors. Uh, there are many colors, so or we can keep it to black. That will also work too. We can keep it to black or white. Let's try white, see how it looks. So right now it is white, but it's not very visible. So let's keep it black. So now this part is over done. Now, uh, what if you want something to happen whenever user clicks the button? So to make our button operational, we are gonna use the on-click property. So I will use the on-click property of Android to tell my program what to do. So here I will enter the name of the method or the function which will be executed in our Java file. So for now our button is placed. So why not create? Let's create a function named play. So as soon as button is clicked, it will perform whatever is in the play function. So now we have to go to our Java file and create the play function. So first let's look at Java file, our Java file. So these are some, this is the package and this is some importing. You don't have to worry about that. So as soon as your activity is created, all code inside this function is executed. So whatever will be inside this function will be executed. But for now, let's look at button. For we need to create a new function. So I'm gonna call it public. Public is a keyword. Then I'm gonna set it to void since it returns nothing. Then I'm gonna write its name. We named it play, so I'm gonna write play. Right. So now, whenever you want to create a function which is associated with button click, you have to pass in view and view. So now this is a class. As you can see, it is our telling we have to import it. So to import it, just type import android dot view dot view. So as you can see, now it is imported. So now we have our function ready. So now we need to do what our function. We need to define the functioning of our button. So whenever this will be clicked, our program will come here. It will look into this function. Whatever will be inside it, uh, it will be exit. For example, suppose you want to exit your application whenever this button is clicked. So I will write system dot exit here. So as soon as this button is clicked, my application will exit. So this is just a simple example, but here we want to start a new activity. We want to jump to a new activity to do more stuff. So let's uh, let's create a new activity. So to create a new activity, what you have to do is go to your project. So my project is here. Uh, Go to here in the Java directory, right click and then go to new, then go to activity like here, then select empty activity. Now here we have to name our activity, so we can give any name to our activity. It can be any name, it doesn't matter. So I want here, I will want the user to choose the mood. So let's name it choice. So we can name it any activity you want. So I'm gonna name it choice. So since here user will choose the mood, you will see more. You can give it any name. So when you click finish, as you can see, now new activity is created. We have now two Java files and two activity files. As you can see, this choice Java file is linked with this new activity, so it is completely empty. So now we want to start that activity. So to start a new activity, First, we have to import the intent class. So first we have to import the intent class to start a new activity. Then we have to create an object of the intent class. So I'm gonna write the class, then my object name intent. You can give it any name. Then I'm gonna new intent. Then I'm gonna pass this parameter. Then I'm gonna pass the class. Uh, for example, I want to start choice.java, so I will pass it choice dot java. Sorry, class. Here we type class. So right now we have the intent ready. So our intent is ready for the next activity to start. So now we have created an object. So to start another activity, you have to type start activity. Then you have to pass intent here, the object, whatever the object is, this object. So it will start this activity, whichever you have given in parameter. So this refers to the current instance of the activity, and here we input the activity you want to start. I want to start this activity, so I have inputted choice.class. So if you run your program, this screen will come. So if you click this play button, then this activity will be shown, which is currently empty. So this was about button clicks. So you can add more code here, as code you want. It will all be executed. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.